So, as a Sorella Brella main, I feel like I'm one of the most qualified people to talk about this, and that is that I take no shame in admitting that the Brellas are a bad weapon class. The weapon class doesn't really have any good weapons in it, and since I'm a Brella main, that upsets me, so I decided to think of some suggestions on how to possibly make the Brella, give it some changes to make it competitively viable, or make one specific type of Brella that has some attributes that make it competitively viable. So the first one isn't really that big of a change, but as a Brella main, this is one of the things I would like to see the most, and that is find a button that isn't being used, probably the L button, and you can use that to manually launch your shield. And the reason that would help as a Brella main is I can confidently say the most frustrating thing in the world is when you get into a fight and you got your shield up and then your shield flies off. That is extremely annoying. At the same time, when I do want to launch my shield, which is very rarely, but when I do want to do that, I don't want to have to hold it out for 5 seconds before it can launch. So it would be nice to have a designated button that you press the button and your shield launches. It wouldn't necessarily make it the best weapon, but that would help. So then my second one is the Brella is a two-shot weapon, and if you well, that's if you hit it right. That's the Splat Brella actually. Anyway, so the Brella's the shots, rather than being one solid shot, it's a bunch of little droplets, and if all of them hit with the Tintabrella, it's one shot. All of them hit with the Splat or Sorella, it's 90 damage, so it's pretty much a two-shot. And then the Undercover Brella doesn't have this. So I suggest maybe to make them a little bit better, give it something like a blaster where it does have a direct, and if you hit the direct, then it is a one-shot. Now, one problem I foresee in this is, well, actually, there's a couple. First off, um, something like the Undercover Brella that doesn't really have this would just be, kind of confusing, if anything, because you have your Brella, and then you shoot a one-shot, and without visibly changing, it becomes not a one-shot. Plus, it would probably be more like the Rapid Blaster in terms of two directs as a kill. Um, and then the other problem I foresee with this is is a is the Brellas really aren't very long-range weapons. They're all pretty short-ranged, and that means that there wouldn't really be that much room for a direct before it spreads out. So I do have one last thing, and this is the one I would like to see the most, and that is the Brella's shield reflects shots, both from your team and the opposing team, and that does damage, which will help protect a Brella's shield, and it'd be very helpful with like trick shots. That'll be kind of cool because you can like have someone on your team who can't necessarily see someone, but you aim your Brella at them, and let's say it's a charger, they can shoot their shot off your Brella and hit whoever's around the corner. So that would add a lot more strategy to it. Now, the biggest problem I see if this was a change to all Brellas is, especially the Undercover Brella, the thing that makes it so bad is how quickly its shield breaks. So if people that shoot at its shield are going to take damage and its shield won't break, then it'll be a much better weapon. So I feel like of all of these, this would be the most likely to get its own weapon type. And being 100% honest, if they ever put something like this in the game, a Brella that reflects shots, I don't care how bad it is, I will main it. Just why not? But that's just as a Brella main, my thoughts on how to make the Brella better. I doubt Nintendo or anyone that has any links to Nintendo will see this video. But if they do, then we can only hope that one of these happens to the Brella. And I guess that's really all I have, so I'll see you next week.